Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call. This morning, the SGX Nifty is very quiet, but our own markets have moved to the lower end of the trading range. The interesting bit is that IT stocks have come back. There's some buying there. So we'll talk about all that and more. First up, our research team is here to give you the list of top 10 stocks. Samvardhan Motherson is on our radar this morning. Vivek is here to tell us why. Vivek, good morning.
Well, good morning. Samvardhana Motherson is on the radar. What we understand from our sources is that there is expected to be quite a large block deal in this particular name today. So Sojitz Corporation, that at the end of September quarter held almost 3.46% stake in the company, is looking to further pare stake. We understand from our sources that a 1.6% stake in the company is what they are looking to sell via a block deal in today's trading session. We understand that the deal is likely to be at a discount of close to 6% to yesterday's closing price. So the floor price works out to around 71 rupees per share. The deal size is close to $92 million. Remember, on October 18, 2022, at 64 rupees a share, Sojitz had already sold around 12.8 crore shares. So now they'll be left with a very minimal stake after this particular block deal. Going with the red on this particular name on the back of the potential supply, as well as a significant discount to the current market price.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, let's hop across to Sonal. She'll tell us about the windfall tax cuts. Sonal?
Good morning, Nigel. Well, yes, after 15 days, it has come through yet again. And this time around, it's a positive for oil producers and Reliance Industries as well, because the windfall tax on petroleum crude has been cut to 1,900 rupees per ton from 2,100 rupees per ton. Export duty on diesel has also been cut to 5 rupees versus 6.5 rupees per litre. And on ATF, it has been cut to 3.5 rupees per litre from 4.5 rupees per litre. On petrol, it continues to remain nil. So it's positive for the likes of Reliance Industries and oil producers like ONGC and Oil India.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Let's go across to Surbhi now. She's tracking Angel One this morning. Surbhi, over to you.
Hi, thanks for that. So decent numbers by Angel One. The revenue growth was kind of flattish at 719 crores. Their EBITDA is up 2.4% at 294 crores and margins have come in at 41%. The beat is on the profitability front where the PAT is up close to 7% at 228 crores. Now when you look at the internals, a lot of these internals were known as they gave their monthly business update earlier this month, and it is factored in the price. The number of orders were down 2% at close to 23 crores. Their average revenue per client was also down 7% at 398 rupees. Their gross client additions, that was down 16% at 9.88 lakhs. And their active client ratio is at 34% versus industry client activation ratio, that is at 33%. Over and above that, the board has also declared an interim dividend of 9 rupees and 60 paisa per share.
Okay, thanks a lot, Surbhi, for that. But Nigel is also tracking some other earnings. Nigel, what are you looking at?
Well, I'm looking at 3 stocks, Sonia, and the results for all 3 on a year-on-year basis are weak. But the positive is that on a sequential basis, there is some margin improvement, and the hope is that in quarter 4, it's even better. Kesoram Industries. The revenue, well, there was a growth of close to around 13% odd. The EBITDA number, though, came in lower, and the finance cost has come in lower. Remember, for Kesoram Industries, the big question is, can they get out of this debt trap? We'll have the management later on today, so we'll get a sense on that front. But margins have improved sequentially, so we're going with green on that one. Next up, Tinplate. On a year-on-year basis, well, the revenues were down. The operating profit was sharply lower, but the profit number as well did take a hit. However, they're a debt-free company and they have cash in their books, so that's why the other income was higher as well. On this one as well, from a loss that we saw in the previous quarter, they have moved into profitability yet again. Remember, there's a pending merger with Tata Steel. So not probably the next few months, we won't be tracking Tinplate, we'll be tracking just Tata Steel. And finally, JSW Ispat Special Products. This one as well, you have a pending merger with JSW Steel. Out there as well on a year-on-year basis, numbers looked weak. However, on a sequential basis, they moved back into profitability. So maybe, in fact, things could improve from here on as well, going with green on all these 3.
All right, Nigel, thanks very much for that. So those are a bunch of stocks to watch out for from the commodities, the metals space. But Sonal is here with more stocks with news flow. Sonal, hi, good morning.
Good morning, Prashant. 3 stocks on my radar. Phoenix Mills, where the company has completed an acquisition of Janus Logistics for 26 crore rupees. It is done via a wholly owned subsidiary. And the company that they have acquired has a land parcel measuring 33 acres in Haryana. So this is with regards to the mall expansion plans that the company has in place. So one more approval is what they have received here. India Pesticides will be in focus because they've announced the launch of a herbicide technical product, and it will be manufactured at their Sandila plant, and it is only for export markets, exclusively for that, where the company says that the demand for this product is very strong in the international markets, and that is something that they can build on in terms of revenues as well. Ashoka Buildcon, for one of their HAM projects, they have announced 19 November as the commercial operation date. This particular project is executed by an SPV, which is also a wholly owned subsidiary of the company, and this SPV, according to the company, is eligible for receipt of annuity payments from the NHI. This is for a period of 15 years. It will start from the complete commercial operation date, that is 19 November, and it will be paid at an interval of every 6 months.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Well, let's do one thing. Let's do a quick recap of our top stocks with positive news flow. There's ONGC, Reliance, Angel One, Kesoram Industries, Tinplay, JSW Ispat, Special Products, Phoenix Mills India, Pesticides and Ashoka Buildcon, while the only stock with negative news flow on our radar is Samvardhan Motherson. So do keep an eye out on that stock. But a lot of commodities continue to inch higher, whether it's gold, even crude, and even cryptos, by the way, are inching up higher. Manisha is joining in to give us a quick roundup of all the action overnight. Manisha, good morning.
Morning, Sonia. Well, absolutely. You know, the dollar decline and the fact that 25 basis points of a rate hike is what the markets are factoring in clearly seems to be supporting across asset classes. So when you talk about the crude oil prices, we are holding steady at $85 a barrel. The markets are watching out now for the OPEC and the IEA market outlook that gets released today and tomorrow. The crude prices did gain 8% in the previous week, and we are holding on a firmer note right now. After 2 days of all-time highs in gold, today looks like a day of consolidation because the international gold prices have come off its highs. So after hitting a 1930 of a high, we are trading at around 1910 right now. So $20 off its highs, and that will reflect in the Indian markets today. But one sector that continues to surge is the metal prices. 8 to 10% of gains in 2023 till now is what copper, aluminum and zinc have posted. And today as well, after the Chinese retail sales, industrial output data, all of that is out, while it is still on the weaker side, but better than the street expectation, and that in turn has been supportive.
All right, Manisha, thanks very much for that. Now, the RBI has issued a discussion paper that seeks to